Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today we're going to do a bonus flip through of one of Dawn D. Boyer's Big Kids Coloring Book. This is Fairy Houses and Fairy Doors Volume 5. So this is one of many in the series of Fairy Houses and Fairy Doors. This is the last one. And of course, as she goes along, Dawn adds more and more and more things, more and more details, and gets, of course, grows in her abilities. And you can see that as you flip through each of her books, going further and further down the road. So this is 50 plus line art and grayscale illustrations. Of course, it has all of the information in here about Dawn, as well as different ways to use the book. Also tells you about some grayscale line art. Asks you not to post your finished colored pictures to social media. Oh, it says do. Please do. I'm going, why not? That's silly. It says please do. So make sure that you, of course, put your colored pictures up so that everybody can see them. And of course, you know, she has coloring contests for each of her books, for the covers and for the back of the book. And this, of course, is the page where she thanks all of those participants and names the winner. Oh, this has really lovely little ones. The past 3 books, she's included these wonderful practice pages where you can practice your colors and just do small ones. That's what I like about it, is sometimes I don't want to color an entire page, but these little ones are really cool. And of course, it's got all the details of the large page. It's just shrunk down. It's fantastic. Oh, that's a cute one. Wonderful little mushroom houses. And she's added some definite graying there so you know where your shadows and shading should be. And this one's really nice. Really cute little house in the stump there. This one's got a lovely little stairwell. And she's getting more detailed, much more detailed in her fairies as well, which is fantastic. Well, that's a cute one. Looks like it's made out of coconut. Very, very pretty. And here's another wonderful one up in the, looks like an apple tree or a cherry tree. And then of course we have the tree person. Wonderful fairy house in the tree. Oh, it's surrounded by a dragon. Very cool. Very, very cool. I'll move this over a little bit so you can see better. There's another wonderful one in the reeds in the pond with a fantastic little water feature there. I'm not even going to show you where the fairies are. This one has a wonderful little owl and a male fairy. Wonderful fairy house up in the ivies or the grapevines. It all depends upon how you look at it. And this one here. She's gotten a lot more detailed with her backgrounds, which is fantastic. Wonderful. And of course, as you all know, we had a special Sunday where I sat down and had a good long chat with Dawn, and she is just a wonderful, wonderful person. And her favorite ones is this one and the one before this one. And I can definitely understand why. She gets a lot more detail and a lot more things added, not just the fairy house. Like this one has a hummingbird and a little chickadee and a little mouse. And of course oh, I can't remember the name of them. Little trumpet flowers, I know what they are, but I can't remember the name of them. And she gets so much more detailed in her people, coloring and drawing of people. Something that she said that she wasn't very good at to begin with, but definitely has grown quite a bit in her ability there. Her fairies are looking very, very good. Not that they looked bad to start with, but they're getting a lot more detailed. And this one here is a bee's hive fairy house. Up with the bees and the wasps. Okay, so this one here is, of course, in a wonderful pine cone type of structure with some little stick walls there. Not quite sure. Looks like the leaves of a fern type of thing on the roof there. Very, very nice with some flowers and different tulips and that sort of thing. Ooh, a pumpkin house. And a wonderful little dragon lizard there. Let's see, and as you can see, her fairies have gotten a lot more detailed in this book. And here is a multi-level structure with some wonderful, wonderful flowers all around it. Looks like there are several different doors as well as the stairs. Oh, and there's another one of those tree creatures. Looks like there's lots of them down in the roots. I love how she adds the faces to the trees. It's really cool. And it looks like she's got some bulbs here, so some daffodils. And then we have another little fairy house here that is in the tree. It looks like there's another tree person and a big old spider and some more pretty flowers. And this looks like a nest with, is that a bat? It's a bat. Looks like a little bat. And another little bat. And of course the tree entanglement there. So cool. And then there's the ivy house with some daffodils. Ooh, a teapot house. I love teapot houses. It's a really cool one. Different leaves and wonderful little door with a number on it. Of course, the fairy. Her fairies are much bigger in this one too, and they're not hiding so much. There's still a couple of hiding ones, but these ones are much bigger. And this one looks like a bark house with a pine cone roof. Oh, a shoe house. Another great house. I like shoe houses too. This one is hanging from its laces up in the tree, which is really cool. One way to keep it up off the ground. And there's another wonderful mushroom house. And as Dawn was saying in our interview, she started adding the faces of people she knew to the fairies, which is really interesting. Of her fans, of people she knows, all sorts of cool things. Another wood nymph there. And this one's on a stump. It's got a beautiful moth, some wonderful roses around it. Oh, that's kind of cool. This is an old car, and the fairy house is inside the old cars under its hood. You can see in the window in the headlight there, and part of the fairy house. That's really cool. Some fantastic flowers all around. And there's a wonderful little brick house in the rose bush with all the rose bush roots down around it. Wonderful mushroom house in the fairy garden. It's got some tiger lilies and or some kind of lilies. You can make them tiger lilies or whatever you want to do. Lots of different flowers all the way around it. And then we've got a grandmother fairy getting her hair combed by a young fairy. And a wonderful fairy house there. The pine cone roof. That looks like it's in a holly bush with all different flowers around it as well. Oh, it's an interesting one. Looks like it's a hot air balloon type of house. Looks like it's surrounded by poppy flowers. It's a windmill type of house, and there's an owl. Looks like an owl. The fairies. Wonderful flowers. There's a wonderful little floating house with a grasshopper and some kind of creature there. My eyes aren't working all that great, so I think it's a centipede or a caterpillar. And a little hedgehog. And different types of flowers. And this one is a wonderful little house with a brook, a lily pad. Nope, that's his wings. It's the fairy's wings. Looks like he's laying on the ground. And the big bee, or the fly, one or the other. And it looks like it's all surrounded by clover type flowers. There's a wonderful one in the rose bush on the pond, and he's out in his boat. Well, this one's interesting. A wonderful little fairy gate into the rose bush. Kind of looks like a skull back there. Oh, a wonderful little shoe fairy door going into a tree with a shoe. The bird is making a nest in the shoe. again, another wonderful fairy house hidden behind the reeds and the flowers. The fairy door in the garden wall with the tiger lilies. This one looks like it's in some kind of a tin can. It's got a frog. It's got a frog. I like frogs. And of course a bee. And that's a really cute little one. And there's a squirrel and a little sleeping fox. Oh, and fairies reading books by the lamplight. It's obviously up in the attic. And there's a fairy house and a male individual there. A little bit too big for the fairy, but you never know. Then we've got a cage fairy house with two fairies in it in the rose garden. Oh, that's cool. That's an alarm clock fairy house. That one's really cool. I like that. And then we've got a couple of fairies playing with the praying mantis and the kitty kitty. And then we've got the little fairy door and the big people's door in the house. And then another sweet little fairy house. And I know what kind of flowers those are, and I can't remember the name of it. I hate it when that happens. More lilies. A wonderful little brick type of fairy house. Oh, the crooked houses. I like crooked houses. Very, very cool. All different types of materials used for it. Different stones and woods and everything else. Really cool. And there's a young man fairy with a grasshopper. It looks like a bee back there too. Another fantastic little fairy house. I love the little balcony. It's so cute. And that's the end of fairies, fairy houses and fairy doors part 5. And of course she always adds a few extras in the bonus section from the different books. So this one here is from Fairy Houses and Fairy Doors. So that's the first volume. And this one is from Undersea Tropical Wonders, which is a wonderful betta fish and all different other corals and different sea stars and all sorts of stuff. And this one is also from Undersea Tropical Wonders. And this one is Fairy Houses and Fairy Doors Volume 2. And then of course we have the Tantalizing Doodles and Tangles, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Oh, I'll move it over so you can see better. And we have a Fantastic Flora and Fauna, Volume 3, and Fantastic Flora and Fauna, Volume 3 as well. And some beautiful, wonderful flowers. This is Fantastic Flora and Fauna, Volume 4 and Volume 5. And this is Flora and Fauna Roar, Animals with Attitude. Both of these are from that book. And then we have Bumblebee Butts and Blooming Bloomers, Fantastic Flora and Fauna. And this is Bumblebee Butts and Blooming Bloomers. as well. I love the names of her books. They're just wonderful. This is Pen and Ink Illustrations, Restored District, Williamsburg, Virginia, geographic area. And this one is Yin and Yang Zen Doodles for mindful coloring. And then this one is also Flora and Fauna, but volume 1. And this one is also in volume 1. And there's 5 volumes to Flora and Fauna. And we have the Zen Doodled and blank manuscript letters. And this one here we have a Beautiful Buddha, volume 1. And this is Beautiful Buddha, volume 2. This one here is Animals of Christmas. This is really cute. It's got a lovely little bear in a North Pole thing. That's so cute. And this one here is also Animals of Christmas, which is a fantastic little bunny in a sled. And this one here is Adorable Florables. That's a new one to me. I haven't seen that one yet. I'll have to look that one up. Adorable Florables again. And of course this is for wet media so that you can put it in between your sheets so that you don't get bleed through onto your other pages. Oh, she also included a wonderful test sheet for your colors and 2 sides of that. Cool. I like that. And all of her different books and how to reach her, and boy, does she ever have lots of books. She has so many books. This is so cool. When I was talking to her, she did say that she has 118 coloring books out, and she's currently working on some new ones as well. So and of course it tells you more about her, where to find her. So she has an Instagram, a Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, as well as a business website. And of course it tells you about the book and about the author and that wonderful stuff. And that is the end of this book. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. It is a fantastic series of books, and I am so glad that I purchased them, sat down with Dawn and had a chat. She's such a wonderful lady, and she is so hardworking and is a fantastic artist. She has done so much with her life and with, shared it with the world, and that is absolutely wonderful to me. I thank you all very much for watching. Of course, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the like button. It does boost my confidence. Always leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the video and what you think about the books and all that sort of stuff. If you're not already a subscriber of the channel, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. I will be putting out videos every day except for Sunday. Sunday is reserved for special days and special occasions. Also, if you want to join us over on Facebook, please do. We do ask that you fill out the application form. The link is down below in the comments section, not the comments section, in the about section. All links to this book and anything else provided on my YouTube channel are affiliate links. So it does help out the channel with a couple of pennies, of course, at no cost to you every time you purchase something through one of the links. So please do purchase through the link. I do appreciate it. Last but not least whatsoever, of course, is to relax, color, and stay safe. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye-bye for now.